We are back live for part 2. While we are waiting for everybody to get on, I'm going to step to the back and fill up the rest of this crate. We're going to do a $6.99 crate, Tanner, or Addison, whoever's tagging. Let me go back here and fill the rest of it up. $6.99. I think I found the right batch to do that with. Anybody can hear. So yeah, if you've made it on for part 2, we're about to do some on-sale vintage. I got one crate pre-made. This crate is made and ready to be shown. Everything else from here on will be kind of fly by night. That didn't make any sense, did I? Or that could be a hint that we're going to show some Rush. Sean Fairweather said sold. Let's see here. I got it shared in the group. Let me delete our old Instagram story and put up our new one. Well, my phone's on low battery. I might need a charger. 4%. All right, let's get this shared. Yeah, on YouTube. There's our link, share. Part 2. We're gonna, let's see. What was I doing? Instagram story. Yeah, let's post that story. We'll use something different. We'll use a picture from the Beatles. Okay. And live now. Let me go get a charger. I'm definitely going to need it. I don't know why I was not charging during the sale. Let me go do that. All right, so if you're on, I'm going to go through some new, yep, that's the one I want. That's the good one. Let me plug into here. All right, now let me pull up our main chat. Get this pulled a little closer. This needs to be turned like this. There we go. That helped a little. All right. Let's go through, I think this is tonight's newest new vinyl. So if you missed the very first part of part 1, this is the very first part of this is the new vinyl from part 1 in case you missed it. All right, so we have the Disney, The Little Mermaid. This is the new live action one soundtrack. That is $31.99. Disney, The Little Mermaid, $31.99. Black Sabbath, Sabotage, $33.99. And we've got some new Taylor Swift. We have Taylor Swift Red, Taylor's version, 4LP, $56.99. Black Sabbath Mob Rules, $36.99. Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell, $39.99. Black Sabbath Paranoid, $33.99. Black Sabbath Self-Titled, $33.99. Black Sabbath Master of Reality, $33.99. Change in Direction, Hercules soundtrack. It's a picture disc from Disney. Hercules is $28.99. Pocahontas is $28.99. More Taylor Swift. This is Taylor's version of Fearless, $46.99. We have Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, $33.99. Pronounce Leonard Skinner, $69.99. Star Wars Stories, music from The Mandalorian, Rogue One, and Solo, $44.99. New music on vinyl from Cactus, $38.99. New music on vinyl from Jaguar, $38.99. New music on vinyl from Tough Darts, $38.99. One copy of Steely Dan, Everything Must Go, $69.99. One copy left of The Fall, The Marshall Suite, $44.99. Two copies left of Delight, World Click, $38.99. J.J. Wilson, John Joseph Wilson, we'll tag him as J.J. Wilson. He said sold on Jaguar. That is $38.99. All right, so that was pretty much all the new vinyl from tonight combined into one. Shelby Hurt wants Taylor Swift Fearless, Taylor's version. That is sold to Shelby Hurt Fearless. So that's Delight, World Click, The Fall, Steely Dan, Tough Darts, Jaguar, Cactus, Star Wars Stories, Leonard Skinner, Black Sabbath, Taylor Swift, Pocahontas, Hercules, Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Taylor Swift, Red, Taylor's version, Black Sabbath, and The Little Mermaid. Like I said, that whole back part of that crate is Black Sabbath, Taylor Swift, and Disney soundtracks. Let's go to the crate of on sale records. I got a whole crate compiled that are going to be $6.99. I'm going to start with this one. I don't really have another one made up, ready to show that's going to be $6.99, so everything else tonight will probably be Buy It Now Best Offer. But these are going to all be $6.99. So whose version is on her other albums? I guess that's Taylor's. I guess it's called Taylor Swift, the original Taylor's version. This, I think a new title would have been the new Taylor version. It's very confusing, especially for me who don't listen to a lot of Taylor Swift. It's like, so what's the original called? Okay, those are old auctions. Everything in here is $6.99. There's some great deals. Let me adjust my neck. Everything in here is $6.99. Modern Jazz Quartet, a 1960 Atlantic pressing. You're going to be hearing me say $6.99 a lot. Modern Jazz Quartet, $6.99. Seals and Croft, Down Home. Seals and Croft, $6.99. These are claims. First come, first serve. Ian Thomas Band, Calabash, 1976 Canadian pressing, $6.99. Tommy Flowers, first on Modern Jazz Quartet. And I guess we can just make a note on, you're already doing it, $6.99. Addison has been trained well. $6.99 on Modern Jazz Quartet. The Velvet Underground. This is a VG minus. I went ahead and significantly marked this one down. It's a VG minus. It's still playable, but just ready to give somebody a deal. This is the Golden Archive series of Velvet Underground, sold to Sean Fairweather. This is why you tune in for part 2, right? Great deal. $6.99. We got Seals and Croft, Ian Thomas, Mickey Newberry, Frisco Mabel Joy, VG copy, $6.99. Mickey Newberry, VG copy. Second Wind, Brian Augers, Oblivion Express, VG Plus, $6.99. Palver Wonderland, VG copy, $6.99. Palver or Power? What's that say? Palver, Povver. Wonderland. Looks like some kind of hardcore or punk. This is VG $6.99. What is this? I don't know. It also looks like something punk or hardcore or profane existence manufacture. Don't know what that is. Back to back though there. No condition. No, that's also VG $6.99. And we have Mortimer. Mortimer is a VG copy, $6.99 on Mortimer, $6.99. Neil Diamond, Touching You, Touching Me. That's $6.99. That's actually on Uni. Neil Diamond is $6.99. And Bernard Johnson Live. Bernard Johnson, $6.99. Crosby, Stills and Nash, CSN. A little bit of writing there on the cover. EX, $6.99. Kenny Baker plays Bill Monroe. Kenny Baker plays Bill Monroe, $6.99. Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper, live radio, 1976. Looks like bluegrass or country, $6.99. Don King, Lonely Hotel, $6.99. Sylvia, Surprise, that is sealed Sylvia, $6.99. Charlie McLean's Greatest Hits and Shrink Wrap of Hype Sticker, $6.99. Ricardo wants Crosby and Stills and Nash. That's sold to Ricardo. Ricardo's watching from Brazil. That's sold to Ricardo. Can I see Profane Existence again? That is the label, Profane Existence. I don't know who this is or what they are. It is actually called Whispers Compilation. Probably a punk or hardcore compilation. VG, the label, or I think something to do with the production of it, is from Profane Existence. Profane Existence. I guess that's the label. Minneapolis. No, maybe that's the label. Skulled Releases. But it's called Whispers Compilation, $6.99. Okay, Daytime Friends, Kenny Rogers in shrink wrap, $6.99. Kenny Rogers, We've Got Tonight in shrink wrap with hop sticker, back-to-back Kenny, $6.99. Wilma Lee Cooper and the Clinch Mountain Clan, A Daisy a Day, $6.99 on Wilma Lee Cooper. The History of Country Music, Volume 8, $6.99. John Schneider, Take the Long Way Home, that is $6.99. Anthology of Country Music, Jimmy Barton with the Osborne Brothers, Early Bluegrass, the 50s, $6.99. Brenda Lee, Feel So Right, $6.99. And Gato Baribi, Chapter 2, Hasta Siempre, that is $6.99. And that's a quad white label promo. Can I see the bands? There's some such as Hellcrusher, Natia, Lucifer's Mob, Angst, Anarcrust, One by One, Fleas and Lice, Hiatus, Sedition, Brawl. That's an example. Sean says he'll take it. Sean was first of that. That's $6.99. Matthew was second. Michael Hickson wants Kenny Rogers, We've Got Tonight. That's sold to Michael Hickson. And then Michael Mofield said he wants both of them. So Michael gets that one, and that means Michael Hickson gets that one, and that means Michael Mofield gets the second one. Sean got the comp, and David Johnson says, what was the quad? The quad was Gato Baribi. What quad white label? Gato Baribi. $6.99. Kenny Burrell, Grover Washington Jr., featuring Ron Carter and Jack DeJournette. That is $6.99. Moving Van Dyke, Leroy Van Dyke is $6.99. We have The Brothers. This is sealed, $6.99, a wax time, 180 gram. That is Kuhn, Perkins, and Kamuka maybe. That is sealed. That's sold to Michael Naff, $6.99. Romelu, I believe you were, wait a minute, he put Kenny. That might be for Kenny Burrell. We'll sell that one to Michael Naff. We'll sell this one to Romelu. That's Kenny Burrell. I was thinking Kenny Rogers. Romelu, I almost skipped you, but I forgot there was a Kenny Burrell. So the first one there sold to Michael. That one sold to Romelu. Albert Griffin and the Gladiators, On the Right Track. Just $6.99. This was originally marked $29.99. Told you I've got a couple surprise great deals marked in here. Here's a reggae record marked down to just $6.99. We have Kyle Gregory. Actually, wait a second. We have Michael Naff and Brothers. Sean was second. Kyle Gregory third. Tommy Flowers on Albert Griffin. Tommy Flowers was next. He gets Albert Griffin. That's sold to Tommy Flower. Ed Nelson was second. Robert Johnson third. Neil was fourth. Helmet Boy is $6.99 for Helmet Boy. The Sutherland Brothers and Quiver. Sailing Southern Brothers is $6.99. We have Shirley Bassey and We Were Lovers. Shirley Bassey's in shrink wrap, $6.99. Vala Linsky, featuring Mick Kaminsky of Electric Light Orchestra. I think I just butchered a lot of titles, but that is the violinist for ELO. It's on Jet, and it's a white label promo. That is sold to Jeff McMaster. He got Vala Linsky. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Before that, Romelu gets the Shirley Bassey. That was in shrink wrap. These are all, if you're just hopping on, these are all $6.99. No more and no less. Wishbone Ash, double live dates. Big markdown on that one. $6.99. Very clean, 2LP. Kali, maybe. We'll see, figure out what this is. Fancal. Kali, maybe. Kille, 2 times. Pancal. $6.99. Scott Jokumstaller, first on Wishbone Ash. Ricardo, you were second. The Blue Sky Boys is $6.99. Blue Sky Boys. Stanley Turrentine, Cherry, with Billy Cobham and Ron Carter, Milt Jackson, and others. $6.99 on Stanley Turrentine. How about some more modern jazz quartet? The Sheriff, modern jazz quartet. Two-tone Atlantic, very clean vinyl, $6.99. Ed Nelson, first to Stanley Turrentine. Robert Johnson was second. Tommy Flowers, first to Sheriff. So we have Ed Nelson on Stanley Turrentine and Tommy Flowers on the Sheriff. Jeff McMaster second. Mark Cunningham third. Santana, Amigos, that's an EX copy, $6.99. EX, $6.99. The Beach Boys, Love You, VG Plus, $6.99. Everything in here is $6.99. And Bob Dylan, Street Legal, in shrink wrap, VG copy, VG original inner sleeve, $6.99. Scott Jokumstaller, first to Santana. Kyle Gregory was second. Craig Johnson was third. Romelu was first on Bob Dylan. Santana Amigos was sold to Scott Jokumstaller. Romelu was first on Bob Dylan. The next record is also by Bob Dylan. Slow Train Coming. VG copy. $6.99. Has the original inner sleeve. $6.99. VG copy. Dylan. Slow Train Coming. Ry Cooder. Get Rhythm. Gold stamp promo. No condition notes. $6.99 on Ry Cooder. Get Rhythm. $6.99. Magic Style of Pat Raleigh, maybe? That's in shrink wrap. $6.99. Steve Goodman. Artistic Hair in shrink wrap. $6.99. Ray Anthony, Jam Session at the Tower. Really cool cover. Has the original Capitol Records headquarters. That is $6.99. WVU Mounties wants RC. RC was Ry Cooder. That's sub to WVU Mounties. And Jeff McMaster wants SG, which is Steve Goodman. Carol Seeley, you were second on Steve Goodman. Portrait of the Originals, featuring the hit The Bells from 1970. Just $6.99. That's on the Soul label. Dan Fogelberg, Phoenix, $6.99. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Play Dirt Fashion, $6.99. No, it does not have Fishing in the Dark on it. $6.99. Dunn and McCashin is sealed from 1970. $6.99. Craig Johnson, Dan Fogelberg. Ring the bell. We have sold a Dan Fogelberg record. We should sell more based on how many records he actually sold in the mid and late 70s. The guy sold 10 billion records. Craig Johnson gets Dan Fogelberg. That's sold to Craig Johnson. Keep on the sunny side. The Carter family with their special guest, Mr. Johnny Cash. That is $6.99 now. The Buddy Holly Story soundtrack is $6.99. Stanley Turrentine, Don't Mess with Mr. T. $6.99 on Stanley Turrentine. And the Relics of the Incredible String Band. We had one of these in the $6.99 bin the other night. Here's another one. It's also near mint and beautiful. Relics of the Incredible String Band, $6.99. And the last Modern Jazz Quartet, Plastic Dreams, $6.99. Modern Jazz Quartet was $19.99. All right, so Craig Johnson got DF. Larry Smith put CF. Larry Smith was first to the Carter family. Then Robert Johnson was first on Stanley Turrentine. So Larry on Carter family, Robert Johnson on Stanley Turrentine. Jeff was second. Neil put LSB, or that's ISB for the Incredible String Band. Neil got that one. John Miller put REL. That was probably for Relics of the Incredible String Band. So John Miller was second. And Tommy Flowers was first to Modern Jazz Quartet. That's first to Tommy Flowers, Modern Jazz Quartet. Romelu second, Carol third. What was the other punk album? I'm about to show that again. Let's do a recap. If you just popped on, this is $6.99 records. Let me go grab my bottle of water that I had during the break, or did I drink it all? That's not mine, is it? Let me figure out what I've done with it. Is that possibly it? Here it is. It's on top of the puzzles over here. It's on top of the puzzles. Oh, I didn't open the new Funk. We got a whole huge box back there of Funkos, and there's probably some records in that box too. So, need a confirmation on that one. The Carter family was sold to Larry Smith, CF for Carter family. Yeah. Okay. Seals and Croft, Down Home. Everything in here is $6.99. Seals and Croft, Down Home. We have Ian Thomas Band, Calabash, 1976 Canadian pressing, $6.99. Mickey Newberry, Frisco Mabel Joy. VG copy, $6.99. Frisco Mabel Joy. Second Wind, Brian Auger's Oblivion Express, VG Plus, $6.99. Palver Wonderland. Palver Wonderland is the name of that title. It's a VG copy, $6.99. It's on Vulture Rock label. Romelu is first to Seals. That's sold to Romelu. Next is Dale Cooper. He wants the Bover, one of the two. It looks different when I actually see it in a different font. That's sold to Dale Cooper, and Neil Brashear first on Brian Auger. So those three are all sold. Romelu, Dale, and Neil in that order. Mortimer is a VG copy, $6.99. Neil Diamond, Touching You, Touching Me on Uni, $6.99. Bernard Johnson Live, that's also $6.99. Kenny Baker plays Bill Monroe, $6.99. We also have Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper. That's the one I was like, that's either some kind of country or bluegrass somewhere in that neighborhood. That is $6.99. Romelu First to Neil. That's Neil Diamond. That's sold to Romelu. We have Don King, Lonely Hotel. That is $6.99. Sylvia is Sealed. Sealed Sylvia, $6.99. Charlie McLean's Greatest Hits with Hop Sticker, $6.99. Charlie McLean. Wilma Lee Cooper and the Clinch Mountain Clan, A Daisy a Day, $6.99. The History of Country Music, Volume 8, $6.99. Take the Long Way Home, John Schneider, $6.99. Anthology of Country Music, Jimmy Martin with the Osborne Brothers, Early Bluegrass, the 50s. So that's the early bluegrass that somebody heard earlier. Anthology of Country Music, Jimmy Martin with the Osborne Brothers, Early Bluegrass, the 50s. So the Osborne Brothers and Jimmy Martin, $6.99 on that, Anthology of Country Music. Brenda Lee, Feels So Right, $6.99. Gold stamp promo, Gato Baribi, Chapter 2, Hasta Siempre, that's a quad white label promo, $6.99. Moving Van Dyke, Leroy Van Dyke, $6.99. Helmet Boy, gold stamp promo with $6.99. We also had the Sutherland Brothers and Quiver, the Kylie Pancal, the Blue Sky Boys, the Beach Boys Love You. Bob Dylan is still available. Slow Train Coming, a VG copy. Carol Seeley wants the Gato. Carol Seeley on Gato. We've also got Magic Style of Pat Raleigh. That was $6.99. Ray Anthony, Jam Session at the Tower. Portrait of the Originals. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Dunn & McCashin, and the Buddy Holly Story soundtrack. Those are all $6.99. Is that Mr. T? Stanley Turrentine, Mr. T was Robert Johnson. Sills and Croft was Romelu. Yeah. Jerry Charbuski, first on Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. That's sold to Jerry Charbuski. Thank you, Jerry. That's so do you. All right, let me find another crate. Let's find something to do like maybe buy it now, best offer, or just some kind of recap. Maybe some stuff we hadn't seen in a while. We took a chunk out of that crate. It was pretty full, and now it's not so full. Let's see what's in this crate. Monkeys, Boz Scaggs, Cat Stevens, Webb Pierce, The Kinks. I think these are pretty recent, though. Monkeys, Billy Joe Royal, Iron Butterfly, Grateful Dead. These are just June 12th. How did these not sell? What's in this crate? The Band, Gypsy, Al Stewart, Poussette Dart Band. Where's that one that had Slade in the front? Whichever one has Slade in the front is a pretty recent crate. Let's see here. Kenny Loggins, Ray Parker, Roseanne Cash, Dinah Ross, It's a Beautiful Day, Madonna, Rick Springfield. There's a Falco in here. Let's see. We'll show it. We'll do it. Buy it now, best offer. Jedit said he was made for part 2. Sounds good to me. Let's see what we got in here. So I'm going to retitle and tell you the price. So you can buy it now or you can make a best offer. That's how crates like this work. These are buy it now, best offer. This is awfully full too. Looks like something we've condensed a couple times. So buy it now and don't ever hesitate to make an offer. We have It's a Beautiful Day. That's a VG Plus copy. $9.99. It's a Beautiful Day. It's going to take me a while to get these situated. Actually, let me go ahead and pull some out. We have Passport. $9.99. Ocean Lighter. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. This is Symphony Dream. Symphony Dream. $16.99. This one's actually... It's a weird cover. It's actually backwards, but we'll just leave it like that. Dinah Ross's Greatest Hits, $16.99. The Kinks, One for the Road. That's with huge poster. The Kinks with huge poster, One for the Road. Near Mint Vinyl, $24.99. Gene Pitney's More Big 16, Volume 2, VG Plus $9.99. And It's a Beautiful Day was a VG Plus $9.99. I'm going to lay those right there freed up some space in the crate so I can flip through these a little easier. Mickey Newberry, Looks Like Rain. That is $39.99. Tough to find. His best. This is $39.99. This is very nice too. Mickey Newberry, Looks Like Rain. Like I said, everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Jedit wants to Diana Ross. Let me go ahead and tag that for Jedit. Let's see. Jedit wants Diana Ross. These are sticker. So that's sticker on that, unless I say otherwise. And now for $6.99, Mike Post wants to John Schneider from the last crate. You got it, John Schneider. I was made for loving you. That is $6.99 to Mike Post. Tony Orlando and Don's Greatest Hits, $9.99. Gene Pitney, Golden Greats. That is $11.99. We have Procol Harum, Historia del Musica Rock. That has Whiter Shade of Pale on it, and Conquistador. This is in shrink wrap. Pretty good looking compilation, especially on the condition of the vinyl. Procol Harum is $16.99. Jean-Luc Ponty, Aurora. Jean-Luc, $12.99. Ray Parker Jr., The Other Woman, $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. The Outlaws, Bringing It Back Alive, $21.99 on The Outlaws. Randy Newman, Little Criminals, $24.99. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, that is $14.99. Billy Ocean, Love Zone, $14.99 on Billy Ocean Love Zone. Slade is $26.99. Red Polydor label, very nice copy. Everything in here is buy it now or best offer. Like Steve Botsford offered $9.99 for Jean-Luc. Sell that to Steve Botsford for $9.99. Don Nix, Living by the Days. Don Nix is $16.99 with lyric insert. Don Nix. Nielsen. Don't know how to say that. $16.99 for Nielsen. We'll call it Nielsen. Joe Eli. Down on the Drag, $12.99. Michael Weil offered $17 for the Outlaws. Sold. That's sold to Michael Weil. Actually, hold on a second. My eyes got crossed there for a second. Michael Mofield offered $19.99. Michael Weil offered $17. Michael, I had this one marked $21.99. It can be yours for $17. If not, it's sold to Michael Weil. So if Michael Mofield says yes, $17. If he passes, it's sold to Michael Weil. Yvonne Elliman, Love Me, $9.99. Gene Pitney Condition for Larry Smith. So sell that to Michael Weil for $17. Let's see here. Gene Pitney. That was this one right here. Gene Pitney Golden Greats. Larry Smith. Super clean. Super nice. You'll be very happy with this. No condition notes. About a VG Plus cover. Not VG. VG Plus cover. Pretty nice for a black cover, actually. $11.99. All right. Frida is $24.99. It's a Scranton press with the poster intact. Poster intact on Frida Payne, $24.99. Encore of Golden Hits, The Platters, $19.99. The Pointer Sisters, Contact, $16.99 on the Pointer Sisters Contact. Carl Perkins Original Golden Hits, $19.99 on Sun. The Jimmy Rogers Memorial Album, $9.99. Jimmy Rogers Memorial Album. Roseanne Cash, Somewhere in the Stars, $14.99. Jeff McMaster offered $19.99 for Frida. That's sold to Jeff McMaster for $19.99. Mickey Newberry, Lovers. That's $11.99. It's a white label promo. Larry Smith offered $8 for the Gene Pitney. Sell that to Larry Smith for $8. Diana Ross, Touch Me in the Morning on Motown. $14.99 for Diana Ross. Join Bing in a gang song sing-along. Bing Crosby and Friends. That is with the lyric sheet. $9.99. We have Variations, Andrew Lloyd Webber, $12.99. Variation, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Grant Peltzer offered $9.99 for Diana Ross. That's sold to Grant Peltzer for $9.99. Quicksilver Messenger Service, Solid Silver, $14.99. Neil Brasher offered $10 for Don Nix. That is going to be, let's go ahead and sell it. Sell that to Neil for $10. Procol Harum. That is a 1970 Terre Haute press, $19.99. Lloyd Price, the ABC collection. Lloyd Price is $11.99. Ray Parker Jr., Sex and the Single Man. That's a club pressing in shrink wrap, $14.99. We have Leo Sayer, $12.99. Living in a Fantasy in shrink wrap, We have Rod Stewart, Foolish Behavior, $14.99. Ed Nelson, PH on Procol Harum. Said that to Ed Nelson for $15. Spyro Gyra Ignition. That is $14.99 for Spyro Gyra Ignition. David Sanborn, Backstreet. David Sanborn is $12.99. Starship, Knee Deep in the Hoopla. $19.99 for Starship, Knee Deep in the Hoopla. We built this city. We built this city on Rock and Roll, $19.99. Craig Johnson is going to claim Spyro Gyra. SG, that's sold to Craig. Romelu was second, and Steve Botsford was third. Paul Williams, Someday Man, that is $26.99. Burt Jordan offered $15 for the Carl Perkins compilation from earlier. That's sold to Burt for $15. So Craig got Spyro as sticker. Romelu second, Steve third. Carl Perkins sold to Burt Jordan for $15. The Southern Hillman Foray Band, that's $11.99. Carol Seeley said DS for $10. Was that David Sanborn? If so, sell that to Carol Seeley for $10. Kelly was second at $8. Variations with Gary Moore on guitar for Prague Fan. Variations. Now, which one was that? Gary Moore on... Is that something we've already sold? Variations. Andrew Lloyd Webber. Derek says Rod Argent on keyboards too. Gary Moore on guitar. That looks pretty cool actually. $12.99. Derek, as always, thank you for all the little informational comments. Sometimes I don't acknowledge them all, but I'm assuming that everybody is reading them. So pretty cool stuff there. Let's see. Steve Merkel wants to know the price on the Kinks, but thank you for any time on that. Let's see, price on the Kinks. That was one more from the road. That was over here in this stack. That was near mint with the huge poster that comes with it. $24.99. Steve Merkel, $24.99. Jeff was next. He offered $10 for Andrew Lloyd Webber. Sell that to Jeff for $10. Nathaniel offered $15 for Starship. Sold. Kelly, you were second on the Gary Moore. We have Jesse Colin Young, Songbird in shrink wrap, $14.99. Peter Wolf, Come As You Are. Peter Wolf is $14.99. Glenn Fry, the All-Nighter, $16.99 for Glenn Fry, the All-Nighter. Christy Burr, Man on the Line, shrink wrap and hop sticker, $14.99 in shrink wrap. Manilow, Barry Manilow with original winter sleeve, $14.99. And the best of Loggins and Messina, $14.99. Very nice looking copy. Best of Loggins and Messina. O.C. Smith's Greatest Hits in shrink wrap, $11.99. O.C. Smith in shrink wrap. And Robbie Patton, Orders from Headquarters, EX $9.99. We have Shine On LTD VG Plus, $11.99. Let's see. Romelu said 10 on BM, and that was Barry Manilow. That's sold to Romelu for 10. Michael Weil offered 10 for Loggins and Messina. Those are sold. 10 and 10, Romelu and Michael. Webster Lewis, 8 for the 80s. VG copy, $9.99. Gold stamp promo. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Life, gold stamp promo. 1987 SRC press, $24.99. The Legends, Run to the Movies. The Legends is a 1964 mono, $39.99. The Legends, Run to the Movies. That's $39.99. Craig Johnson, first on the Neil Young. That's sold to Craig Johnson. We have Hometown Album, WKQX. That's a local radio station, local artist compilation, $9.99. Songs by Ricky, 1981 French pressing of Ricky Nelson, Songs by Ricky, $14.99, 1981 pressing. Chris Christopherson, Spooky Lady Sideshow, $14.99, $14.99. Chris Christopherson, Spooky Lady Sideshow. Marshall Tucker Band, Searching for a Rainbow. Marshall Tucker is $17.99. Gary Morris, Why Lady Lie in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $11.99. Darren Davis said 8 for Billy Ocean. Did I show a Billy Ocean? Billy Ocean. Did I get maybe in this other pile? Let's see here. Maybe earlier. There it is. That's sold to Darren Davis for $8. Billy Ocean. Kenny Loggins, Alive, $14.99 for Kenny Loggins. Now the records I pulled out earlier, let me put them back in the bin now that they fit a little bit better. Now everything's in here. Jean-Luc Ponty, Mystical Adventures. If anything, that's a wickedly cool cover. That's $14.99. Jean-Luc Ponty, Mystical Adventures. Where did I get to? Make sure I didn't miss anything. There's that nitty-gritty again. Okay. Was, not was, born to laugh at tornadoes. 1999, Romelu KL, $9. Kenny Loggins, sell that for $9 to Romelu. We have Falco Eisenhoft. That is $24.99 with their common SAR on it, $24.99. We have two offers on John Luke. Carol offered 12, Steve offered 10. I had it marked for $14.99. Steve was first, though. Steve, if you want that for 12, it's yours. If not, it's sold to Carol Seeley for 12. Elvis Costello, Punch to the Clock, $24.99. I liked it better when he called him John Luck. John Locke. I did too. But what happens is, if I keep pronouncing something incorrectly, the feed just gets swarmed with all these corrections. And sometimes I just have to force myself to change my favorite pronunciation of names. So now he's forever Jean-Luc, and I hope everybody's happy. Oh, sorry, my neck just popped back into place. Rick Springfield, Comic Book Heroes, $19.99. Carol, so Steve did get that for $10. We have Electric Light Orchestra Discovery, $19.99. ELO Discovery, $19.99. Gatefold, very nice looking copy. And Mountain Avalanche, $21.99. Now I just got to get the people who were correcting me to actually buy one. David Johnson, I'm waiting for you to actually buy one. Illinois Jaquette and his big band. Jaquette's got it. That's $14.99 on Illinois Jaquette. We have Hot Tuna for $19.99. And we have La Isla Bonita from Madonna, $19.99. Todd Tipton is the next claim on Marshall Tucker for $10. That was right here. We're going to sell that to Todd Tipton for $10. We have Madonna, Live to Tell, $19.99 on Madonna, Live to Tell. Tommy Two-Tone, 8675309, $24.99. Carol Seeley first on Tuna for $15. That's sold to Carol Seeley. John Leal, there's two Madonnas. John Leal, I'll sell you either one of them for $15. You can have both if you want, or you can let me know which one you want. Shane Hickson was second on Live to Tell. ELO was a beautiful copy of Discovery. Why hasn't anybody bought this nor made an offer on it yet? Original inner sleeve, $19.99. John Leal gets both of these, $15 and $15. Mama Cass. I like Mama Cass better, because if I say Cass too many times, I may accidentally say something else. ZZ Top Afterburner, $24.99. Todd Tipton, I will have to do one of my first counters on Mountain. Not selling that for $10. I will sell that to you, though, for $15. Look how nice. Mountain's $15 if you want it, Todd Tipton. Gordon Lightfoot, Cold on the Shoulder. VG Plus condition, $14.99. Gordon Lightfoot, Cold on the Shoulder. And Slade, Keep Your Hands Off My Power Supply, $19.99 on Slade. Keep your hands off my power supply. We have Todd Tipton said sold on Mountain for $15. $15. Growing pains. Yeah, it's like I'm learning. I've only been reading off titles on here for going on 4 years. All right, so that's sold to Todd for $15. Neil got Slade. Neil Brashear gets the Slade, this Slade for $15. Jeff was second. Rich, we're going to sell Rich ELO for $15. That's sold to Rich. We had Ed Nelson third on Slade and James Bragg fourth. Lots of people on that one. I'm just going to read the titles in here. I'm not going to go through all those again. That way we can bring up a new crate, because I do have more I want to go through. We have some still great titles in here. We have Gordon Lightfoot, ZZ Top, Tommy Two-Tone, Illinois Jaquette, Rick Springfield, Elvis Costello, Falco, Was Not Was, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Passport, It's a Beautiful Day, Gene Pitney. Wait a second. I may have grabbed the wrong record earlier when I sold. Well, no, there was two Gene Pitneys. See if we have Larry Smith down for a Gene Pitney. It may have already been in the pile.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay. I think I grabbed the wrong one. There was two, though. I think there was two of the same record.
Yeah, I think I had one left.
Okay, or maybe I didn't pull it, but there was two in here. Let me see what happened here. Let me see here. I might can find it a little, unless it's already been tagged in. Let's see here. Okay, well maybe, well the one he made an offer on was not check condition, so I don't know what happened to it. Or maybe that was in this crate. No, it was definitely in this crate. This one's VG Plus for $9.99. I could have swore I had another one for $11.99 that was nicer. Maybe I'll find it when I'm going back through them. You pulled. I did pull something for you. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
We have that one.
You have a Gene Pitney record?
We put one down for
Okay. Okay. Illinois' Jaquette is $14.99. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Passport, It's a Beautiful Day. Where do I get to? Chris Christopherson, Rick Nelson, WKUX hometown album, The Legends, Webster Lewis, LTD, Robbie Patton, O.C. Smith, Christy Berg, Glenn Fry. We have Peter Wolf, Jesse Colin Young, The Kinks, Southern Human Band, Kyle Gregory, I'll sell you that for $12. Jesse Colin Young, The Kinks. We have Southern Human Band, Paul Williams, Rod Stewart, Leo Sayer, Ray Parker Jr., Lloyd Price, Quicksilver, Mickey Newberry, Roseanne Cash, Bing Crosby, Jimmy Rogers, Pointer Sisters, Platters, Yvonne, Joe Eli, Nielsen, Slade. This Slade is still available. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, Randy Newman, Procol Harum, Tony Orlando, and Mickey Newberry. So, what is Larry Smith got that one too. He also got that for $6.99. What's strange though, here's Gene Pitney, but I could have swore there was one that was $11.99 that was. This is not the one that I was showing them earlier. This one's VG Plus. It's like there's a duplicate and the other one has disappeared. Let me check in this other crate. Could it be in the other crate? I don't think it was though. No, because that was all $6.99 stuff. Huh. Larry Smith, I'll figure that out later because there was a nicer one that was $11.99. That's the one I told you, so I don't know what happened there. We'll figure it out, though. James Bragg wants Slade, so that's sold to Kyle Gregory for $12. That's this one right here. James Bragg gets Slade. Next is John Porter on the Platters price. John Porter, the Platters, Encore Golden Hits of the Platters is $19.99. $19.99, John Porter. The Falco was $24.99, Stephen Chesney. Price of Paul Williams. I feel like that was right back in here, wasn't it? Maybe right in this area. Paul Williams was right in here. Then let me go up even further. Yeah, Paul Williams. This is $26.99. Paul Williams, Someday Man, $26.99. The Gene Pitney was like greatest hit, sold to me for $8. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I could have swore there was a nicer one, though, that was $11.99. Let's set that aside, or we'll just leave that right there and figure that out later. Did the KL Alive sale? Kenny Loggins Alive sold, yes. The Whispers did not have the 7-inch with it. And Platters for $16. Let's sell that to John Porter for $16. Yeah, I know I pulled something, but somewhere between here, me, then the tagging station, I didn't do something correct. So I could have swore I pulled one of these, but there's one still left in here. That's what threw me for a loop. I will figure that out later. What's that, Seth? Seth says it's my fault as always. Yeah. Well, I think what happened is there was 2 of the same record in there, but yeah, it's Seth's fault as always. Okay. Let me grab a new crate. Is everybody ready? Especially Seth. Addison, you ready to tag records? Addison said yes. All right, let's go through this crate here. All right, this looks like some really good titles from what I'm seeing. Everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Let's see what we have. Buy it now, best offer. Don't be hesitant. Looks like a pretty full crate. Let's see what we have. Buddy Holly, Legend, one of his 10 billion compilations. Buddy Holly Legend, 1936 to 1959, $34.99. The Beatles for the Last Time. That is a Beatles bootleg, $39.99. Jay Giles Band, Hotline, EX copy, $17.99. Jay Giles Band, Hotline, EX, $17.99. The Best of Booker T and the MGs, EX condition, $29.99. The Best of Booker T and the MGs, EX, $29.99. The Bee Gees, Massachusetts, VG Plus, $9.99. Thomas offered $30 for the Beatles boot. That sold to Thomas for $30. Dusty Springfield, a brand new me. VG Plus, $14.99 for Dusty Springfield. The Babies Head First is EX, $17.99. These are all buy it now or best offer. I don't think I didn't reach a deal. I did not reach a deal with anybody in the last batch is what I'm trying to say. There's the Gene Pitney. I'll figure that out. That way don't get lost. Larry, worst case scenario, I'll give you that one if I can't find the other one or figure out what happened. Ian Hunter, I'll go back and rewatch the replay and see what I pulled out. Ian Hunter, You're Never Alone with a Schizophreniac. That's VG Plus, $14.99. Led Zeppelin 4, a 71 PR press, Presswell, EX condition, $63.99. $63.99 PR press, 71. We have The Call, Reconciled, VG Plus, $17.99. Hank Williams, Wandering Around, VG Plus, $19.99 on Hank Williams, Wandering Around, VG Plus, $19.99, Hank Williams. Another Hank Williams, On Stage, recorded live in shrink wrap, EX copy, $19.99. Hank Williams on stage, recorded live. Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe by the Alan Parsons Project. That's EX, $17.99. I'm wondering if the feed's broken. I haven't seen anything since Thomas Hujar said beat for 30. Is everybody alive out there? There's the commentors. Man, proof of life. Thank you, Michael Nath, and everybody else. I was like, man, what's going on? Let me do something to like bring everybody to life. Let's do a crazy $1 start auction. Sealed butcher cover, first state. $1 start. The last one of those sold for about 100 grand, by the way, at Heritage Auctions. Let's see here. Let me find something just. We got to get just activity in the comment feed. Here we go. We got these. Seems like every night. We didn't have one tonight, so here's this. Don't break the streak, or this keeps the streak alive. David Bowie Tonight in shrink wrap, original inner sleeve, near mint. David Bowie Tonight, OG, shrink wrap, inner sleeve, insert, or inner sleeve, cover, shrink wrap, $1 start. David Bowie Tonight, $1 start. Bid, DB, and then put your bids. We're going to start that sucker at $1. We're also going to start Walt Disney Presents the original soundtrack of Mary Poppins for $1. Walt Disney Presents the original soundtrack of Mary Poppins for $1 start. The vinyl is near mint and pristine on the Disneyland label. We have a 2-page Japanese flip. We have the cover with Obi. $1 start on that. You should sell your on sale new vinyl crate. We probably need to do that after that because there's actually quite a bit in it. Where is that at? It's over there in front of the stereo. I'll grab that next. All right, let me go back up to the top to where I was when I asked if everybody's alive. Do you still have the George Michael live from Rio? We have a waiting list for that now. We now have a waiting list. Bert Jordan asked for a Hank Williams bundle. Bert, sure thing. I'll do 20 and 20. That's 40. I'll do 35 for both of them. 35 for both of them. That's Hank Williams recorded live on stage and Hank Williams Wandering Around. 35 for both of those, Bert Jordan. I'll lay that over here in pending. Bert, 35 for both of those. Next comment was, would you take 20 for the best of Jimmy Smith? Please put on my tab now if all good tomorrow night. Write down Dave Plunkett, Jimmy Smith, best of $20. I will find that. Let's see. Shrink wrap and hype sticker. Let's see. Doobie Brothers. Okay, Doobie Brothers 6. Doobie Brothers 20. Or excuse me, not Doobie Brothers. David Bowie. David Bowie 6, David Bowie 20, David Bowie 5, David Bowie 1, David Bowie 10, 10, 8, David Bowie 22, Mary Poppins 1, David Bowie 21, Mary Poppins 5, Mary Poppins 5, David Bowie 25, Mary Poppins 5, Mary Poppins 6, 8, 6, 27, 7, 7, 10. Monica Harris on the waiting list for George Michael. David Bowie out. Mary Poppins 20. Mary Poppins 11. Mary Poppins. Well, I'm trying to get down to the bottom. Here we go. Mary Poppins 24 and David Bowie is at 27. 24 on Mary Poppins and 27 on David Bowie. Back to the crate. Buy it now, best offer. John Waite, Mask of Smiles. John Waite's EX, $17.99. Greatest Hits of Exile. EX copy, $12.99. War, Deliver the Word, $34.99. On the Threshold of a Dream. Hey, look, shrink wrap Moody Blues, but it's not a gatefold. That's why it's in shrink wrap. But hey, there's some shrink wrap Moody Blues. $14.99, non-gatefold. That's a repressing. We have Melanie. This one's called something wild looking. It's called Madrugada. Melanie is a 1974 UK, $14.99. All right, so Mary Poppins 24, Mary Poppins 25, Mary Poppins 25. Ed Nelson offered 15 for John Waite. That sold to Ed Nelson for 15. Jackie Reynolds offered 9 for Exile. Sell that to Jackie Reynolds for 9. Larry asked the best price. Already sold to Jackie for 9. John Porter is going to get the shrink-wrapped Moody Blues. That sold to John Porter. Jedit was... Never mind. He was saying out on Mary Poppins. John Duran offered MP8. I'm not for sure what that is. Maybe he's about to bid on... he's bidding on Mary Poppins. 28, 29. Okay. Did Burt Jordan say in or out on these? Burt, I may have lost him there for a second. Burt, I offered those two for you. They were 20 and 20. I said 35 for both. He said he'd give 30. Sell those to Burt for $30. That makes those 15 and 15. Burt Jordan. After that, or right before that, technically, Michael Nath offered 10 for Melanie. That sold to Michael Nath for 10. All right, now, let me get everybody an update on our auctions. David Bowie has stalled out a little bit. David Bowie, tonight, David Bowie is at 27 with Darren Davis. In shrink wrap, inner sleeve, $27 with Darren Davis. The original soundtrack of Mary Poppins, Japanese pressing here, that's at $30 with John Duran. That's at 30. David Bowie's at 27. Never mind, Ryan Rice is back in at 31. All right. Arthur's in on David Bowie 28. New bids on both of those. That's all we needed tonight was a little spark on the auction block. I think everybody's woke back up. The Everly Brothers, Link Ray, the Cordettes, Eddie Hodges, and Johnny Tilliston. That is a compilation in shrink wrap, $12.99. Elton John, Sleeping with the Past. We don't get that one as often. Elton John is $19.99. Sleeping with the Past. Walter Egan, Not Shy, in shrink wrap, $14.99. Bob Dylan, Street Legal. This is a near mint copy, $34.99 with the original inner sleeve. These are all buy it now best offer. Mary Poppins 31, David Bowie 28, David Bowie 30. So Mary Poppins is at 31, David Bowie's at 30. 31 and 30. Joni Mitchell, Dog Eat Dog, Gold Stamp Promo, $19.99. Marshall Tucker Band, Long Hard Ride. Marshall Tucker Band is $14.99. Buddy Holly for the first time anywhere. Buddy Holly is $24.99. Mahalia Jackson's Greatest Hits. That is $14.99. Mahalia Jackson's Greatest Hits. Columbia 2i, pristine copy, $14.99. The Call, Into the Woods. The Call, Into the Woods, $19.99. That's one we don't see as often in their discography. Neil Young, Trans, $19.99, has the sticker on the back. Neil Young is $19.99, and Loudon Wainwright III, self-titled, $9.99. Okay, so now we got Mary Poppins at 31, Final Call with Ryan Rice, 31. David Bowie at 30, Final Call. We have speaking of call, we got Wolves Council wanting to know if he could get a bundle on the 2 Call albums. You can. How about 15 and 15? That would be $8 off. That would be 15 and 15 for Wolves Council if he wants those. Michael Nath offered 28 for Bob Dylan. We're going to go ahead and sell that. I'll put that. That's Dylan. That's for sure. Well, he already said sold. Let's do Dylan first at 28 to Michael Nath. And let's do the 2 call albums for 15 and 15 to Wolves Council. Now, Todd Tipton on Marshall Tucker Band, $10. We're going to go ahead and sell that to Todd Tipton for $10. Final call on the auctions. There's Neil Young again. There's Loudon. How about, one of my favorites of all time, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, the So Far compilation. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, $34.99. We have Gary U.S. Bonds on the line. Gary U.S. Bonds, $12.99. Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, Let It Loose, $14.99. Eric Clapton, At His Best, $34.99. Marian Faithfull is $9.99. Marian Faithfull. We have Jackson Browne, Lives in the Balance, $14.99. Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac, Law and Order, one of his solo albums. Lindsey Buckingham, $19.99. The Kinks' Greatest, Celluloid Heroes, $24.99. All right, let's end some auctions. Mary Poppins is sold to Ryan Rice for $30. Seth, what are you doing? Seth has got all of his food, his backpack on, and he's just walking out the door.
That's the weekend.
And Seth is gone. We're not surprised, are we, folks? Mary Poppins is sold to Ryan Rice for $31. David Bowie is sold to WVU Mounties for $30. So $31 on Mary Poppins and $30 on David Bowie. And Seth has left the building. Stradivarius by Ginger Baker. That's a 72 Richmond press, $44.99. Stradivarius by Ginger Baker, $44.99. James Brown. Wow, James Brown in shrink wrap, nonstop. James Brown, $24.99 in shrink wrap, $24.99. Long Distance Voyager, the Moody Blues. Long Distance Voyager is $14.99. Bobby McFerrin, Spontaneous Inventions, $9.99. Seth's going to go postal one day. Tanner, greater than symbol, Seth. Well, Tanner's still here, and Seth's getting into his grandma's car that he's been driving around for a week because he don't like paying for his own gas. Oh, my gosh. I said, why are you driving around Meemaw's car? He's like, it gets better gas mileage, and she pays for it. I was like, okay. The Kinks, Think Visual, $14.99. The Kinks, Think Visual, $14.99. Cat Stevens, Cat's Cradle, $19.99. Cat Stevens, Cat's Cradle, $19.99. Deep Purple, made in Japan. This is a UK pressing. It has the original UK price tag on it, $44.99. Beautiful copy, Deep Purple, $44.99. Jefferson Starship, nuclear furniture and shrink wrap, contains No Way Out. That is $19.99. We have Elvis, Double Trouble. It's a 67 mono Indianapolis press, VG Plus, $39.99. Double Trouble. And the Beatles, another Beatles bootleg. That one's pretty cool. It's got a picture of a lunchbox on it. I don't think that's the actual front of the real Beatles lunchbox, but that's another Beatles boot, $39.99. And Jimmy Cliff, The Power and the Glory, is a VG Plus in shrink wrap, $14.99. Let's see, Moody Condition for Tommy Flowers. What was Moody? That was Moody Blues, Long Distance Voyager. No condition notes on it. VG Plus cover, near mint vinyl, $14.99. The Beatles is not on colored vinyl. No, that is on black vinyl. Next comment is Jeff McMaster said JC for Jimmy Cliff. That's so to Jeff McMaster. He was first on that. Ed Nelson said KC10. I have a feeling that was supposed to be JC, right? Yes. So Jeff was first, Ed was second, Craig was third. Thomas is also offering $30 for this Beatles boot. That's sold to Thomas for $30. Wild cover that kind of tripped me out for a second. Roger, I was like, somebody's moved his head, which that's intentional. Roger and Out, Roger Miller, 64 mono original, VG Plus, $24.99. Roger Miller on Smash label. We have, I just got a notification from Papa John's. And I was like, I didn't order a pizza. I could, though. Iron Butterfly, Scorching Beauty, VG Plus, $14.99. Iron Butterfly. Johnny Cash, America, a 200-year salute. These are really cool. I've listened to these a couple times as I've bought and sold them. EX, $16.99. Elton John, EX, $29.99. EX copy, original label, his debut U.S. album. Jeff McMaster offered $15 for Roger Miller. Jeff, I will, just a few more dollars, I'll sell that to you. Make that 18 is $24.99. Make that 18, I'll sell that to you. We have David Bowie Lodger. It's a 79 Indianapolis press. EX $39.99. It has a promo stamp on the front. We've made a notation to it. That's $39.99, 79 Indianapolis. Arthur offered, so let's go ahead and tag that to Jeff for 18, Roger Miller. And then Arthur Prosser offered 25 for Elton John. Great stuff on there. That's sold to Arthur. And the Pentangle, Sweet Child, VG $9.99. Papa John's calling about a reference for Seth. He wouldn't last 5 minutes in a Papa John's kitchen. He wouldn't be there 5 minutes. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, featuring David Clayton Thomas, New City. They would not allow him to play RuneScape while he's on the clock. VG Plus, $14.99. Woody Allen, stand-up comic, 64 to 68. Woody Allen's a VG Plus, $9.99. WV Mounties offered 11 for JC. That was Johnny Cash. I hate to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and say yes. That's so to WV Mounties. And Molly Hatchet, self-titled debut. That's a VG Plus $14.99 with Frank Frazetta artwork. VG Plus $14.99. Cat Stevens is a hits package of Father's a Son and Pre Monobone Jake and T for Tillerman. Hey, there you have it. That's on this right here, Cat's Cradle. Derek says this is a hits package of Fathers and Son, Pre Monobone Jake and T for Tillerman. That's $19.99. That's on the London label. We have Robin Trower, Long Misty Days. Robin is a VG Plus $14.99. George Harrison is a VG Plus $17.99. Deja Vu, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, $34.99. And, hey, there's the David Allen Coe. Where's Nick Bargeron at? David Allen Coe, Nothing Sacred, EX copy, $149.99. I knew that was around here somewhere. $149.99. And the London Symphony Orchestra, Zappa Volume 1, $44.99. Todd Tipton offered 10 for Molly Hatchet. I hate to, but that's a yes. Sell that to Todd for $10. Todd Tipton. Excuse me. I'm going to read these titles one more time, and then I'm going to show you everything we have on our new vinyl crate, and then we will be done for the night. Neil Brasher said Robin Trower for $10. That's sold to Neil. All right, so we have Frank Zappa, David Allen Coe, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, George Harrison, Cat Stevens, Woody Allen, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, The Pentangle, David Bowie, Iron Butterfly, The Moody Blues, Elvis, Jefferson Starship, Deep Purple, The Kinks, Bobby McFerrin, James Brown, Ginger Baker, The Kinks, Lindsey Buckingham, Jackson Brown, Marion Faithfull, Eric Clapton, Gloria Estefan, Gary U.S. Bonds, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Excuse me, I'm going to need a lot of water after this show. My lips are like chapped. And Lindsey Buckingham is, sorry, $19.99. The vinyl's Near Mint and Gatefold. I'm over here like struggling for air. We have, yes, this is Near Mint and a really nice cover. Darren Davis. Kyle Gregory said M. Jack, $10. M. Jack. M. Jack. M. Jack. M. Jack. M. Jack. I'm trying to figure out what M. Jack is. What is M. Jack? Michael Jackson? But I don't see that in there. David Allen Coe was $149.99. Darren said he'd give $15 for Lindsey Buckingham. That is sold. That's sold to Darren Davis for $15. Mahalia Jackson. Oh, yeah, that's back here. I hadn't got to it yet, I don't think. Hold on a second. We got Marion. Also, what Ginger Baker? That is Scott Smith's Stradivarius. 72 Richmond Press, $44.99. Stradivarius, 72 Richmond Press. It's like 100 degrees in the store is what the problem is. $44.99. We're about to crank up the air. Neil said, I think that was, Mahalia Jackson's Greatest Hits. Kyle, I think, offered 10, and if that's what he's offering, sold. Joni Mitchell, Walter Egan, Elton John, this compilation, War, Alan Parsons, Led Zeppelin, Ian Hunter, The Babies, Dusty Springfield, BG's, Booker T, Jay Giles, and Buddy Holly. Yes, we still got Buckingham Nicks from last night, too, in the Wayne crate. David Allen Coe is I don't know, Jeff. I think this is the 78, though. I think John and Paul both told me, or one of them told me, whoever processed this is the OG. Yeah, as you can see, this is the nasty record. Take a look at some of those titles. Oh my gosh. I can't read those out loud. Or I guess I can, but it wouldn't be pretty. Adult content for sure. What else? Lindsey Buckingham is still available. Best price, War price, best price of Lindsey. Let's see here. The War album, I'll do $25 on, John Porter. I think we had one of those in a discount bin the other night. $25 on War. Booker T, I almost said Booker E.T. Booker Phone Home. Booker, the best of Booker T and the MGs. This is an EX copy, $29.99. Randy, let me show you Buckingham Nicks. Where's the Wayne crate at? Wayne crate is right here. What was left from last night. I showed a couple other things in here and we sold them. Let's see. Randy, I'll do 105 on it. 105 on it. Nicks and Buckingham. Buckingham Nicks. It was $129.99 tonight. And for longtime customer Randy Scarborough, 105 on it. It is the gatefold version. Okay, let's see. Next is Booker. What's your absolute best? Is the War a newer press 22? I don't know about newer press. I'd say it's 73 based on the label and the inner sleeve and everything. But I will take 22 for it. War is sold. If you're okay with it, I'll sell that to you for 22 to John Porter. That's 22. Ginger Baker has great Afrobeat fusion African rhythms. That's on Ginger Baker's Stradivarius, if anybody's curious. The condition, the vinyl, there's no condition notes on the vinyl. I had $129.99 on it. The cover is probably VG or VG Plus. Has a little bit of spots here, a little bit of chipping there on the spine and the corner. The gatefold is nice though, and I don't know if that's the original inner. What kind of inner sleeve is that? Polydor. Yeah, that's the original inner sleeve, and the vinyl is super nice. It's EX Plus to near mint minus. All right. So yeah, 105. I had that at $129.99. 105. I haven't sold many copies of that ever under $100 unless they were check condition. So that's sold to John Porter for 22. David Allen Coe still available. There's Ginger Baker again. Let's go ahead and sell Booker T for the WV Mounties for 20. So WV Mounties, I heard you stopped in the store today for the first time on your travels. That's sold to him for 20. Anybody else? Did I miss any question? I did. What was the best? What was the best on Deep Purple? My absolute best. Who asked that? Wolves Council. I will give you a heck of a price. That's a UK pressing on the Pink Island label, $44.99. I will sell this to you for $35. $10 off. It's near mint on the vinyl. Actually, a really nice jacket. Has the special live double album English British pound sticker on it. $35 on that. And did the Whispers have the book? No book, no 45. It was just to my knowledge, but I have no idea, Sean. When you get it in the mail, it will be a surprise. How about that? Buckingham Nicks is sold to Randy Scarborough for $105. $105 for the Buckingham Nicks. Sold, $105. And Wolves Council said sold on this for $35. Sean, it'll be, when you get that, you can be like, oh man, it has the book with it. Or, oh man, it's missing the book. Let's see here. David Allen Coe. Nothing with David Allen Coe, Mr. Jeff McMaster. It's a nothing sacred. Not for sale in store. That's adults only. MFer. David Allen Coe band. Been wanting one since 73. Well, I'm glad I was able to. I've had several of those lately. When I say lately, over the past year. And they're always gone. I'm surprised that one didn't sell live last night. So now in all the Wayne stuff from last night, there's only about 7 records, and I'll compile those and show those again later. Let's go through that bin of new vinyl that's on sale. That's that Michael Nath brought up earlier. New vinyl on sale. Let me do that right now. And there's some stuff in here you've seen before. There's some stuff in here you may have not seen before, especially if you hadn't watched in a while or you haven't seen. But some of these I'm definitely ready to close out, so we'll see what happens right now. Metallica. All right. On sale new vinyl. Let's see what's in here. We have I'm Just Like You, Sly Stone's Flower, 69 to 70. That's a 2 LP on purple and pink vinyl. Half off at $29.99. I'm Just Like You. Here's a surprise. Terrence Trent D'Arby, The Hardline, according to TTD. That's marked down to $24.99. Still got 2 Neil Young's Tonight's the Night, analog from his catalog. Analog, gatefold, $24.99. A Nook, music on vinyl, is $24.99. That's limited a number to 500. Black Oak, Arkansas, double green vinyl, $24.99. Love, music on vinyl. Love self-titled, $24.99. Billy Talent, Hits, $29.99 on Billy Talent Hits for music on vinyl. Steve Earle, this is an album called Jerry Jeff. It's a tribute on clear vinyl, just $19.99. The Buckinghams, Kind of a Drag, $19.99. Couple audiophile pressings here, Willie Nelson and Then I Wrote, $49.99. That's a 2 LP analog productions. Also, The Young Rascals is $49.99 from MoFi, 2 LP, 45 RPM. Michael Nath wants the Sly Stone. We have Venom from Music on Vinyl, $24.99. Matthew Christ wants the Billy Talent. That was just $29.99. These are already green stickered marked down, so that's sold to Matthew Christ. The Smile is $34.99, comprising of Radiohead's Thom Yorke and Johnny Greenwood and Sons of Kemet's Tom Skinner, limited edition yellow vinyl, $34.99. Shelby Hurt wants one of the Venom soundtracks that's on sale. That's sold to Shelby. This is a great deal. It's a Who half-speed master from Abbey Road. It's a Record Store Day UK release. It's on red and yellow colored vinyl, just $34.99. James Bragg wants the Smile. That's sold to James Bragg. Neil Young, Toast, $29.99, marked down from $43. This is a 2001 album, 6 unreleased tracks, 3 unreleased songs, $29.99. Burt Jordan wants the Who half-speed master. Still got 2 copies of this. Elton John, gold vinyl, Chartbusters Go Pop. This is Elton John covers, $24.99. He's doing In the Summertime, Spirit in the Sky, Traveling Band, Up Around the Bend, Come and Get It. He's also doing To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. Elton John, Chartbusters Go Pop, $24.99. Minions, Sky Blue Vinyl. This is $34.99 on new. These are all new and sealed, by the way. Disney's Tron soundtrack, $39.99, $20 off. Music by Wendy Carlos. Kelly Cook wants an Elton John. Chartbusters Go Pop. We have Coulter Wall, just $19.99. Western Swing and Waltzes, the 3rd full-length album from Coulter Wall. We still got 3 of those, $19.99. And the French Dispatch is $19.99. The French Dispatch is $19.99. And that was marked down from $44.99. Take $95 for Co. I can't do that for 2 reasons. I guess really 1 reason. Nick Bargeron, I guess he's not watching right now, but I think the other night he offered $105 or $115, and I think I told him $135. And then the other night he said, would you take $125 for that? And I didn't know where it was at. So I think he kind of wants it for $125, but I didn't say yes to that. So I kind of have an offer for $125 already, Luke. But it's kind of up for fair game right now, especially if anybody wants to offer over $125. WV Mounties wants a Coulter Wall. French Dispatch, American Hi-Fi, music on vinyl, orange vinyl for numbered to 1500, $24.99. Sinead O'Connor, clear vinyl, 2 LP. That's marked down to $24.99. Here's another Who half-speed master of a quick one. And these were pretty decent sellers because the OGs of this album are so hard to get, especially in good condition. That's an Abbey Road half-speed master for $29.99. WVU Mounties, you may want this Coulter Wall as well. That's Songs of the Plains, $19.99. And then we've got a couple of kind of not obscurities, but I don't think I actually ordered these. These came with a collection I got from Texas. 6 Organs of Admittance, Ascent, $14.99. Darwin D's Double Down, $9.99. Remo Drive's Greatest Hits, I've heard of them, $14.99. And I've also heard of Lily and Madeline. That's Canterbury Girls. That's a New West Records colored vinyl, $14.99. Now, if there's anything in here anybody wants to make an offer on, this is like, I think, the 3rd or 4th time I've shown some of these. I really try to move out new vinyls. So if you want to make an offer on anything, go right ahead. Even off of the green sticker, which is already like my cost on it, or lower on some of these. So, Remo Drive sold to Tommy Flowers. Here's what's left. Terrence Trent D'Arby, Neil Young, Anook, Black Oak, Arkansas, Love, Steve Earle, the Buckinghams, Willie Nelson. Some of these I could get on list on Discogs, these analog productions. The Young Rascals. We have Venom, Neil Young Toast, Elton John, Minions, Tron, Coulter Wall, French Dispatch, American Hi-Fi, Sinead O'Connor, The Who. There's only one Who left. Coulter Wall and these here. Lots of questions here. Let me see what's going on. We've got Scott said best on both Who. The other Who sold, but before that, Lazarus said no. Neil said, what's the one of the planets? That's called 6 Organs of Admittance, Ascent. Play this record loudly. $14.99. Looks like a skeleton on, say, Venus, maybe Jupiter. I don't know. There's Jupiter there. That's a $14.99. Next question was Lazarus, the Tron price. The on-sale price was $39.99, Lazarus. That was marked down from $59.99. WV Mountie said he'd give $15 for the other and last Coulter Wall. Let's sell that to WV Mounties for $15. Sell that to him for $15. Mel said he would give $20 for a Neil Young. Let's sell that to Mel Webster for $20. Kyle Gregory wants the Sinead O'Connor. Stephen Chesney said he'd give $20 for TTD. What's the French Dispatch? That was $19.99, Sean, marked down from $44.99. $19.99 marked down from $44.99. Rudder Butter said $19.99 on Elton John, and then Mel claimed one. So Rudder kind of good and bad. Good news is you're first. Bad news is Mel said he would take it at full price. So let me know if you want it for $24.99, Rudder Butter. If not, then it's Mel Webster's at $24.99. John Porter was third. Neil said he would give $10 on 6 Organs of Admittance. That is sold to Neil Brashear for $10. Sean Jones wants both of the French Dispatches. Those are sold to Sean Jones. Lazarus said he'd give $25 on Tron. I can't do that. I wish I kind of knew what some of this new vinyl I've listed before immediately on Discogs, and I can sell it. Without really knowing, Lazarus, I'll sell that to you for $32. He said Mel could have it. Mel Webster gets Elton John at the $24.99 green sticker that's on it. I will do $32 on that, and then I'd like to maybe scan it and see what it's going for on that. So I got one Neil Young. If anybody wants that last one, I already sold one for $20. I'll take $20 for that one. We have a Nook. There may be some stuff in here you can flip. Black Oak, Arkansas. Love, music on vinyl. Jerry Jeff, sell that to Carol Seeley for $10. I've had this, I think, for like a year and a half. I started with like 30 copies of it. That's my last one, I think. Sell that to Carol Seeley for $10. That was a deal. The Buckinghams is from Culture Factory on gold vinyl, $19.99. Willie Nelson, and Then I Wrote, Analog Productions, $49.99. That, I know it's opened at the top, but I promise it is new and sealed. The Rascals was $49.99. Love was marked down to $24.99 from $38.99. Music on vinyl pressing. Last Venom soundtrack, $24.99. The other Neil Young was Toast, $29.99. Minions, $34.99. 2 Coulter Walls left of Western Swing and Waltzes, $19.99. American Hi-Fi was $24.99. And Scott Smith or anybody else, we still got the Who, a quick one. $29.99 is the green sticker. And then Darwin D's and Lily and Madeline, $9.99 and $14.99. Michael Nath, thank you for suggesting that we go back through those. I'm probably going to put the analog stuff on just eBay or Discogs or something maybe. And we're going to sell Brittany Bragg Love for $20. Sold. Sold on that for $20. All right, that's where the show ends tonight. We're going to have a lot more tonight. I've got to work on some stuff myself. It's already midnight. Time flies in here. I try to leave like by 3, and then I've been leaving at 5. It really, time evaporates in here, especially after the sale, because it's like you sit down for a few minutes and check your phone, and then it's 2:30 in the morning. So Michael Nath said he'd give $25 for the Who. Let's sell that to Michael Nath for $25. That was a deal. That was originally $44.99 on the Who. Wayne Crate. There's only a few records left from Wayne stuff the other night. Just a couple. Now all of it combined will fill up about a full crate. Lazarus said he'd give $30 for Tron. Let's go ahead and sell it to him. Sell that to Lazarus for $30. The rest of the Wayne stuff, I think we've either got in the office or in the back, but here's what's left from the other night. Just a few records. Blues Magoo's Gulf Coast Bound. That was in shrink wrap from 1970, $34.99. Best of the Box Tops, $19.99. Sam, Hard and Heavy, $44.99. The Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Fever to Tell, $139.99 from 2003. Billy Vaughn, Super Deluxe, Japanese pressing, $24.99. Walt Disney's Treasure Island, $29.99. Very clean. Blue Cheer, Vincibus Eruptum. That's a VG copy, like most are, $24.99. Kaleidoscope Burness, $34.99. Moby Grape Wow, $29.99. And the Virgin Mary's Divides. That's a limited edition green colored double vinyl, sealed, $24.99. Now the rest of, I'll put these with the rest, so maybe as we show Wayne stuff, we'll keep it all together, and like tonight, we can go back through it at some point and discount stuff and make deals. But if you want to make an offer on anything in there, go right ahead. That is it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at 7. We'll have all new vintage arrivals. We don't get a lot of new vinyl on Saturdays because UPS doesn't run, and all of our distributors use UPS to deliver packages. So no packages on Saturday from UPS, so it means no new vinyl, but that also means we pretty much do nothing but all new vintage arrivals and discounted vintage. So lots of new stuff tomorrow night. Thanks everybody for tuning in as always. We've had a great week so far. We'll finish it out even better tomorrow. Last night was incredible. Tonight was really good as well. And we're going to have another big sale. Lots of on-sale vintage tomorrow. We're going to go through a lot of crates. We'll go through a lot of crates tomorrow. All right. Thanks everybody. See you at 7 o'clock.